The year was 1939. Nazi Germany, under Hitler, marched across Europe. Another devastating war loomed large. In quiet labs, a discovery was unfolding. The discovery of nuclear fission. Splitting the atom unleashed unimaginable energy. The potential for progress and destruction was immense. Leó Szilárd, a Hungarian physicist, understood the implications. The power of the atom could be harnessed for good or evil. Szilárd watched with dread as Nazis rampaged. If Hitler's scientists unlocked the atom, the consequences would be catastrophic. The world was on the brink of unprecedented war. A scientific breakthrough could save or destroy the world. The race was on. Leó Szilárd was a man haunted by a terrifying vision: Nazi Germany, armed with the power of the atom, holding the world hostage. His worst fears were confirmed when German scientists halted their uranium exports. This could only mean one thing: they were researching atomic weapons. Szilárd knew he had to act, and fast. The fate of the world might depend on it. He needed a way to reach President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to warn him of the impending danger and urge him to develop an atomic weapon before Hitler did. But how could a relatively unknown Hungarian physicist get the attention of the most powerful man in the world? Szilárd knew he needed someone with influence, someone whose voice would command attention. He needed Albert Einstein. Einstein, already a renowned physicist, was initially hesitant. He shared Szilárd's pacifist ideals. But the urgency in Szilárd's voice, the sheer terror in his eyes, convinced him that this was no ordinary threat. The thought of Hitler wielding such power was too horrific to contemplate. And so they decided to write a letter that would change the course of history. The letter was brief, just a page and a half long, but its message was chillingly clear. Signed by Albert Einstein, whose name carried immense weight, it warned President Roosevelt of the potential for an atomic bomb. It explained that recent research on fission made it possible to create a weapon of unimaginable power, a weapon that could level entire cities in a blinding flash. The letter went on to explain that Germany, with its aggressive expansion and known interest in uranium, was likely already developing such a weapon. It urged Roosevelt to take immediate action to begin a program of atomic research and development in the United States. The fate of the free world, the letter argued, might very well depend on it. Roosevelt, though initially skeptical, could not ignore the warnings of such prominent scientists, especially with war already raging in Europe. The Einstein-Szilárd Letter, delivered to the White House in October of 1939, marked a turning point. It was a call to action, a plea to prevent a global catastrophe. Roosevelt heeded the warning. Under a veil of secrecy, in response to the Einstein-Szilárd Letter, the United States embarked on a project unlike any other in human history, the Manhattan Project. The goal was simple, terrifying, and urgent: to build an atomic bomb before Nazi Germany could. From across the country, the best and brightest minds were recruited. Physicists, chemists, engineers, mathematicians, all working tirelessly in a desperate race against time. Hidden labs and secret cities sprang up across the United States, from Los Alamos, New Mexico to Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The work was fraught with danger and uncertainty. The scientists were grappling with forces never before harnessed, pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge. They understood the gravity of their task, the potential consequences of their work. The world held its breath, unaware of the terrible weapon being forged in its midst. By 1945, the Manhattan Project had achieved its chilling goal. The world's first atomic bomb was ready, but the Nazis had already been defeated, their dreams of atomic dominance shattered. The world celebrated the end of World War II, but a new era, a terrifying one, had begun. In August of 1945, the United States, hoping to end the war with Japan and prevent a costly invasion, unleashed the terrible power of the atom on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The devastation was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Entire cities were reduced to rubble in an instant. Hundreds of thousands perished. The atomic age had begun. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki cast a long shadow over the world. The Cold War, a tense standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union, each armed with enough nuclear weapons to destroy the world many times over, defined the latter half of the 20th century. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, became the terrifying logic of the age. The world lived in the shadow of annihilation.